How's it going, guys? Key of Shadow here, and holy shit, a Kingdom Hearts video. Last time I had one of these, the audio was shit, and I was way too into the fights that I was getting into. I kind of had a knee-jerk reaction, especially considering not long after I had recorded that video and I had uploaded it, it was kind of shown that hey, it's not Shion, it's another Riku replica. So yeah, that video is kind of an embarrassment to me right now, especially considering that was back when I was just learning how to use this new editing that I got going on. But today I have something different for you guys. Today I have a discussion about what Roxas may possibly do in Kingdom Hearts 3, his possible actions, his possible decisions on certain things. And you may be asking me, what do you mean? Isn't it kind of obvious that he's going to join Sora and the gang to get back at Xemnas to get his revenge for all the shit that went down in 3 of 8 over 2 days? And yeah, it kind of seems like that. It kind of, at first glance, you may think that, yeah, it's pretty obvious that Sora is going to convince Roxas to join along. Roxas is going to be like, okay, I'll fight with you, so I can get back at Xemnas, and then he's going to fucking bust Xemnas' ass. And yeah, that does kind of make sense, especially considering, Roxas might still have a chip on his shoulder over the whole thing that happened with, being used by the organization and all that shit with Shion and, all that good jazz. And you would be right in assuming that. You would have some semblance of being correct in assuming that. But lately, I have not been so convinced. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, about a week or two ago, maybe it was a few days ago, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw some tweets from HMK, who's one of the bigger Kingdom Hearts YouTubers. If you know Kingdom Hearts on YouTube, you know HMK and you know the Key Keepers, but there were some tweets that he was putting out that kind of questioned the idea of Roxas just going along with Sora without any question. Basically, bringing up the idea that maybe Roxas won't go along with Sora. That Roxas will essentially, I don't mean literally, but pretty much tell Sora to fuck off and let him do his own thing. And that would be an interesting thing to do. Like, Roxas tells Sora no after he brings him back, and Sora needing to do something to try and convince him to make in a way to where it doesn't seem like that, oh, he's just going into another Organization 13 situation where Xemnas like, hey, I can give you a name and I can give you a purpose, boom, here you go. Oh, and that's what led to the current situation that we're in now with Roxas, where he was manipulated a couple times actually, and he might still have that chip on his shoulder from the manipulation. And it might also be a thing where if Sora asks him this after bringing him back, it might also bring back some of the negative emotions that Roxas was feeling towards Sora up until the point where Roxas accepted, yeah, I'm part of you. My summer vacation's over, bro. You gotta get up there. You gotta go out there and do your shit. And after he accepted that, yes, I am part of you. Ooh, I exist because of you, and I am another part of you to some degree. After they decide to throw hands for a little bit, or throw keys, however the fuck you would describe the fight between those two. Which, side note real quick, Roxas fucking bullied this man. Anyways, so it wouldn't be out of character for Roxas to make an irrational decision based on what he has been through in the past, because we even saw in the fight between the likes of Sora and Roxas and Riku and Roxas that Roxas is prone to letting his emotions, his anger get the better of him, especially in a fight. He is impulsive. He makes mistakes that, in hindsight, are really stupid. And he does things that, to a typical person in the situation, would seem illogical and would seem irrational. I think I've already said that, but one case being that Rox is like, hey, I finally fucking won. I got your Keyblade locked here, and Sora summons it back, and he's like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? And then he just gets murked. Now, to be fair, after this Roxas did accept that, yeah, uh, you make a good other, buddy. You make a fucking fantastic other. Or I'm glad to be your other half. But but it wasn't. But to Roxas, it may not feel like that long period of time has passed since then. And yeah, I can just imagine the scene right now. In fact, this is the scene that HMK kind of set up in one of his tweets. He sets up that Sora brings Roxas back. He walks up to him and asks him, hey, Roxas, I'm gonna need your help on this. I want you to help me. I want you to join my crew and help me fight Xehanort and his gang. And Roxas straight up says, hell no, you stupid no, he wouldn't say that, but he tells Sora, no, I don't want to fight with you again. Or I don't want to fight with you at all. Sora asks, but why though? And Roxas drops this shit. People have used me for my power before. What would make you any better than Xemnas? And you know what? I see this tweet, I play this scenario in my head a couple times, and I think, how the fuck would Sora answer this question? Again, I get it. Roxas, it seems like Roxas is cool with Sora now. But is he cool? But we also know from some times that Roxas has, once again, let his emotions get the better of him. We have seen that he has the capacity to not give a fuck about what's going on. When he left the organization, he knew he was at risk. He knew that, hey, if I do this, I may possibly get my ass destroyed. But he did not give a single fuck. But yeah, and we know that he might be cool with Sora, but what about Riku? One of the people who actually did, in a way, manipulate Roxas previously, before he became one with Sora again. Because you got to think about it this way: Xemnas did use Roxas for his abilities, his ability to use the Keyblade in order to collect hearts. He did in fact do that. But Riku and Diz used and manipulated Roxas in a way to get Sora back, which may be another reason why, up until that one fight with Sora, Roxas saw Sora in a negative light, and he saw him as something that was not good in his life. So I can see this playing out in a way where Roxas, he just comes back, he sees Sora asking him to do something, and he thinks, wait a minute, okay, so you think now that I'm cool with you and I showed you all my memories and shit that I'm just gonna bend over and do whatever the fuck you want, and you think I'll work with that bitch boy Riku? How about you go fuck yourself? No, he wouldn't say that, but it might be something that he's thinking where it's like, hold up, why should I help you? Because I said I was cool with you? No. In fact, Sora might need to come at this from a certain angle, because in Dream Drop Distance, Sora saw all of Roxas's memories. He saw all the pain that was caused in Roxas's life thanks to the manipulation that he went through. He might not see what Riku and Diz did as manipulation, because brought him back, but it still might be considered manipulation in Roxas's perspective. And again, he might not be on the best terms with Riku. But I would like to see how Sora would answer that question. How he would answer what would make him any better than Xemnas in the situation. Because we know he won't do Roxas dirty like Xemnas did. We know that. He won't pull the same shit that Xemnas did, where he manipulated Roxas, created a imperfect replica of Sora that would slowly but surely drain Roxas's powers. He realized that, hey, he's making friends with the puppet. Let me make this bitch eliminate him. All this shit. I know that he wouldn't go to that. We all know that Sora isn't like that. But at the same time, this is still kind of a new thing to Roxas. Like the idea of having someone actually genuinely need him and not do it in a way where it will end up biting him in the ass. Cause we've seen cause to Roxas, he's seen what happens when when he goes along with people's show. He gets manipulated. He gets emotionally and mentally abused. He's used in ways that if you were used in those same ways, you would not be happy with. You would not be happy with the people involved. And the fact that he was able to be cool with Sora after everything that went down, especially considering how much he seemed to hate Sora up until that fight that they had in Kingdom Hearts 2, it might come off as fishy. Now, I can hear some people saying, "Hey, there's no way that would happen," and this is Kingdom Hearts. Roxas is one of the good guys, but Nomura has said a couple of times that maybe Kingdom Hearts will be one of the darker storylines in the Kingdom Hearts 3 in the Kingdom Hearts series. Kingdom Hearts 3 may be one of the darker storylines. Now he has gone back and forth, flip-flopping between, oh, it's not going to be that bad, to, oh yeah, it's going to fuck your shit up. But if he did go down this route, it would solidify that, yeah, this is where shit gets real. And I think it would actually be interesting. Not only would it be a way for, for our people to go like, hey, we need to figure out how we're going to get this guy on board. But it may also open up a possible way for Roxas to become playable in his own campaign. Hey, because he says no to Sora, and he goes off and he tries to take down Xemnas in his own way, because that just seems like something that Roxas would do if he was pissed off, because we've seen Roxas pissed off before when Xemnas was involved, and he tried to go up to that man solo, which that did lead to the Riku thing, and that did end up saving him in the end. But Roxas is impulsive. He will go off. He will act on any impulse. And if he's like, okay, Sora, I thought we were cool, but now, no. I'm not dealing with your bullshit. I'm gonna go take on Xemnas my way. And that could lead, and like I said, that could lead to a possibility of a Roxas campaign where we play through things in his perspective up to the point where either Sora finally convinces him or Roxas finally realizes that maybe it would be a good idea to go with Sora. Maybe that would be a good idea because this guy, he's putting his shit together. Like, he might possibly see that, hey, Shion is back. Oh shit, Axel's back. His name is Lino? Fuck it, he's still my friend. He might see all the pieces come together and eventually he'll be like, yeah, sorry, you know how earlier I told you to fuck off? I would like to retract that statement, sir. I would like to help you now. And, Sora, sure, even though people have said rude shit to him, he'll be like, when they say that they're cool with him, he'll like, yeah, let's do this shit, man! This is so, this is an interesting concept. This is an interesting concept, and I did not expect it to, come up. Because up until I saw those tweets, I was one of those people that thought, yeah, it's kind of obvious that Roxas is going to play ball. It's kind of obvious that Roxas is going to, join Sora and the group and, play along with the kiddies, try and beat Xemnas' ass, beat all the other Xehanort's ass. Sykes is there? Oh shit, I got a Keyblade that I can shove right up his ass. You want to go for round 2, buddy? But yeah. This is so unstructured, but I'm keeping it in anyways. If you have any thoughts or opinions on this, let me know. I would like to know people's opinions on this. And funny enough, if Roxas does if they do decide to do this, where Roxas says no and he goes off to his own thing, it could also possibly lead to there being a bit more risk in Roxas being brought back, because we've seen that Xemnas and Xehanort, they're like, hey, if you want to bring Roxas back, you can do it the way we would do it and just use the darkness. You could just use that shit. And if they see Roxas back, it's like, oh shit, Roxas is back. Hey, yo, Roxas! God, I'm trying way too hard, but they would try to pursue Roxas in order to make him one of the 13 Darknesses. Because Xemnas has been shown to be very good at manipulating people. Even if the people involved think that the control is in their favor, he will spin it in a way where it's like, yeah, I'm in control, and that could possibly lead to the risk of Roxas maybe confronting the true organization on his own in a conflict that would risk him being Norded, making him one of the 13 Seekers of Darkness. And in that case, if that happened, then it would be in a situation of, oh shit, I need to work with these guys. Uh, so if it does get to that, where if Roxas says no and he becomes if there's a risk of him becoming one of the 13 Seekers of Darkness, and he sees this, because while Roxas is impulsive, he's not stupid. He might eventually catch on to what's going on. Of wait, oh, I may have fucked up, and he'll go over to Sora and the Guardians of Light and like, hey, so you know how I told you guys to fuck off? Well, I don't want to get Norded, so yeah, I'm gonna join you fuckers. Um. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the situation. This is how I'm seeing it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know this kind of thing just started from like a bigger YouTuber, and I fucking name dropped him once or twice here. But this is genuinely a interesting conversation. This is genuinely interesting to think about. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.